What's up, you guys? It's your girl Kia. What's up, you guys? It's your girl Kiara, and I'm back with another video. And today's video is gonna be a story time. I haven't did a story time. I can't remember. I think the last story time I did was my birthday. I think I don't know. But this story time is going to be about one of my managers from a job I used to work at, and she scarred me. this this person scarred the mess out of me, and to this day I still talk about things that they did, said. Like, their whole aura was just, it didn't resonate with me correctly. It was just ugh. But we're finna get right into this, because I'm gonna try to stay in chronological order, but if I go off the rails, I got some notes that'll keep me on track. So stop clapping here. So this was started when I worked in retail, and I was already working there for about 5, 6, 7 months. I can't remember, because I was just that traumatized, because when she got there, it was like a whole thing. Like, it kind of threw me back. I want to rewind real quick, because I've seen them before. But they weren't the manager yet. They was like coming over from another store, and she was just helping out that day. And I was basically on what's it called? Not recovery. I think it's what it's called. Something like that. So I had to basically put everything in my little section, make it look amazing, like, and I did that. And so I spent about 30 minutes to an hour doing what she asked me to do. And I was like, okay, cool. And, am I done? And so she was like, I'm finna go ahead and say the pronoun, because it's getting on my nerves to keep saying they. And she was like, okay. And then she was walking out the door. She was finna leave. Like, she was finna clock out and go home. And she was like, can you straighten out something else, real fast? And I was like, okay, cool. I did it, or what I thought I did. And I had like a little break before I had to go back to work again. So I did it, clocked out, went home, enjoyed my days off, come back, and I get called into the office by the manager of the store. And they were like, Kiara, I need you to sign these. And I'm like, sign what? And I looked at it, and it was a write-up. A write-up for not doing what I was supposed to do. I didn't complete the task that was asked of me to do. And I'm like, you serious? Like, I said, man, forget it. Okay, whatever. Boom. Wrote it, signed it. I said, cool, whatever. And I thought that was the last I was gonna see that woman. No, ma'am. Then fast forward to when she became manager. She made a group me, which kind of, like, a group chat of everybody who worked there. And that kind of made me mad. I'm like, you just gotta be this extra. Okay. And she was like, hi everyone, my name is so and so. I'll be our new manager. I'm so excited to work with y'all. Whoop, whoop, whoop. I said, okay, this sounds very fake, because that's what a lot of the managers going to sound like when they first start working with somebody, because they want you to like them. And my first day working with her, I can't remember the day of the week, but it was a pretty busy day of the week. I ain't even clocked in. I was just walking around to put my stuff away to clock in. And I guess one of the employees for that day did not come in. It was like a no call, no show type situation. And she was like, terminate, terminate. I'm like, you terminating the person because she might have had an emergency. What are you doing? And then she gonna calm down, talking about call them and ask them do they want their job. And she looked at me, and I'm just watching the whole thing unfold. And she looked at me and she was like, "That's just how I am. Sorry." I'm like, "You gonna make me quit?" I'm already not liking the energy. The energy is really off. I don't like it. So that was my first, kind of my second first impression on her of her, and I still didn't like it. It was no better. Um, After that day, we worked. She was very. I didn't see her too much, so I was cool on that. Honestly, I barely work with her, and the fact that she still got up under my skin, even though I barely work with her, kind of it bothered me so much. Um, and then time goes by. She has all these expectations. She had like a little notebook of everything she wanted done by 9:15, which is when we were supposed to be walking out the door, because the store closed at 9. She wanted everything to be done and us walking out the door at 9:15, which was not realistic, of course, because some days are going to be busier than others. So one day I was working with a newly promoted shift manager, and it was very hectic. She was kind of all over the place. She was having trouble keeping everything together. We had like buggies of stuff to put back, like multiple, 3 or more buggies to put back, and we were scrambling. Everybody was trying to buy stuff. I'm on register 95% of the time, so I didn't have time to do anything. So and then at the same time, I had to keep in mind, she said get out of here at 9:15, no later. So I was like, cool, we ain't gonna have time to put all this up before 9:15, so we're just gonna count down everything and leave. The next morning, we get a group, well, everybody gets a message from her, and it says she sent pictures of everything around the store that was unorganized, out of place, stuff like that. And she was like, this is not acceptable. This is a prime example of what we're not going to do. If it happens again, you will be terminated. Woo, woo, woo. And then she sent me sent me a message by myself. And she was like, she sent me the same picture she sent in the group message, and it said, explain yourself. And I'm like, excuse me, like, I'm an adult. I don't. Anyway, so I put my little attitude to the side, and I told her, I was like, we didn't have time. You want us out at 9:15. We didn't have time to put that back by 9:15. And she was like, well, anyway, you're still getting rolled up. And I'm like, so why did you ask me to explain myself if you was just gonna write me up? You should just wrote me up and called it, left it at that. You made me waste my finger muscles texting you, trying to explain what's happening. But I said, okay, yes ma'am, whatever, whoop, whoop, whoop. It is what it is. She had her favorites, and obviously I was not one of them. So the way she went about certain things did not rub me right at all. She was rude to customers who, you know what I'm saying, just wanted questions answered. And I'm like, dang, you have to talk to them like that. But it was a lot of times I wanted to say what was on my mind, but I knew if I said anything, like, that was my job. And I didn't want to have that on my resume as being fired for speaking up for myself, which I know I probably should have did anyway, but you live and you learn. She was very get this done, get it done, get it done, get it done. And I was like, this is not realistic. Mind you, I was cashier. I dang near lived on that register. So I never really had time to do anything. So she kept getting on me about stuff that was not done. I'm like, ma'am, I am one person. I have 2 feet, 2 legs, 2 hands, 2 arms. That's all I had. And I don't know what make you think I'm about to multiply myself and go do all these other things you want me to do while still on register. So unless she see you physically at the register most of the time, she will not give no cares about your excuses for not having stuff done. So I didn't like that. Um, Me and another coworker had a name for her because mm, it was a whole thing. We called her Miss Ma'am. We called her Miss Ma'am because that's how she was acting. And we kept that name for her until she left. I forgot when she left. She left probably 4 or 5 months before I put in my 2 weeks. So she left. She was like, because we didn't hear from her. Like, it's like she dropped off the face of the earth. So we was like, where'd she go? So she ended up moving to another location, cool, whatever. I was happy. And that was that for the most part. And then I ended up getting another job after the retail job. And I found out through another source that at the new location that she was at, she kind of got in trouble with her boss for being rude to customers. Probably because her boss kept a closer eye on her than when she was at our location. So that was kind of a small karma situation, and I really hope she get her attitude correct, because being that type of manager will not get you nowhere in life. I mean, it probably will get you higher up the ladder, but as far as your people skills, how people mess with you, they ain't gonna want to mess with you too much. And managers like that, I know you have to be stern, you have to set boundaries, you have to do this and that, but sometimes they just be buttholes, and that's just not the type of manager I care for. And she is, at this point, she's my top 2 worst manager, and she is not 2. I just wanted to get that off my chest because, I always think about that woman for some reason, because she scarred me so bad. I'm just like, I hope I never meet nobody like her again, because I probably would go crazy. And I just don't want that to be a thing again. And I hope this video did something. If you come across, if you start working somewhere and your manager possesses these characteristics, then run for the door. Do not stay, because you're gonna end up like me, traumatized. Just, it's terrible. Well, y'all, I think I did pretty good with my story time in a few months actually. I think I did pretty good. Let me know how I did down in the comments below. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, share, all that, because I know y'all want to support your girl. And like I always say, I will see y'all in the next video. Bye, guys.